Hello and welcome to On Your Lane. This is the best place if you're an ambitious person who wants to take charge of your life, you want to make great income, you want to make great impact and live a fulfilling life. And today we're talking about things you must remove from your CV in order to attract international lucrative roles. Let's get in. When you know what you shouldn't do, I believe that it limits your options and it increases your chances of you moving in the right direction towards the things that you should do. This applies very much to building a CV. A CV is the most important document you have in your career. It walks into rooms before you go into those rooms. You can see it as a key. It opens doors or closes doors. And I've found that as I work on people's CVs and help them with career positioning and looking for international jobs and elevating their careers, their CVs undersell them. Sometimes the CVs don't even sell anything at all. You know, sometimes you get a CV and you're like, no, I can't. Do you know that it takes recruiters about 2 to 6 seconds to decide whether they like you or not just by seeing your CV? And when they do like you, they spend up to around 3 to 5 minutes analyzing your CV. That gives you a short span of time to make a great impression. And there isn't much to go by. It's just a paper, lifeless, and it is set before a stranger to market you effectively. What I have seen so far is that most of us don't know what is not allowed. We don't know how to sell ourselves, so we overcompensate, saying this and that, going round and round. In the meantime, the person has moved on. And then we complain we're not getting the jobs, we're not getting the interviews. It's because your CV, within that 2 to 5 seconds, has spoken nothing that is relevant to the person who's reading your CV. So this is important, knowing what you should remove from your CV, knowing how to position your CV correctly by editing out things, removing unnecessary things. So my goal with this video is to help you make the right changes and have a world-class CV. When I say world-class, I know it's impressive. You're thinking, oh, the CV is going to speak this deep English and it's going to have all these graphics and crazy things. No, world-class CV simply means simple, clear, and professional. You want the person reading your CV to quickly understand what you offer, to quickly see how you fit, and you want to speak their language. They probably have other options. So the quicker you make that connection, the better. This reminds me of a scenario I usually had in Malawi. Every time I was going to the city and you're parking your car somewhere, you'd have all these vendors that flock to your car. They're selling different things. Others are selling bananas. Others are selling windshield wipers. Others are selling shoes. Others are selling baby clothes, toys, so many different things. And most of the times you don't pay attention to them, just keep doing your thing and ignore them. But there'll be this one vendor who would think maybe this woman works out, who would think maybe she wears jeans like this, maybe this trend, she needs to be on this trend as well. So he would just say something random, like, oh, these blue jeans that are shiny, or these jeans that have slits on the side. And I'll be like, wait, what did he say? It caught my attention because I was truly interested in that thing. Even though my windshield wipers were broken, it wasn't something that I was interested in. My husband does the windshield stuff. So for me, that didn't matter. The vendor would come and say, no, you look at your windshield wipers. I didn't care because I was not trying to get that. But this person with jeans or this person with something I was already looking for would have my attention. I'll just turn. And if what they have really appeals to me, I'll start talking to them. And I'll say, how much is that? You know, that's a conversation. They have my interest. It's the same thing with your CV. You're like that vendor among the crowd, bringing your CV. And now you're mentioning things, random things. Whoever gets the attention of this hiring manager, that person gets an audience. The audience is not long. They're not going to give you hours and hours. No, they're going to give you 5 seconds. And after 5 seconds, they're going to give you 3 minutes because you have spoken something that they like. Now they're going to be interested. You want to catch that attention and move past the 5 seconds to the 3 minutes so that you have an opportunity to share your story, your expertise, and get a shot at this job. So this world-class CV we're going to work on allows you to gain trust. The hiring manager is going to read it and is going to believe that you can actually do this job. You actually know what you're talking about. You're going to gain their trust. Second thing you want to do is to show them that you have been in similar situations that this job is going to put you in. Might not be exactly the situation, but similar. You have dealt with tight deadlines. You have done analytics. You have been in a different environment. You have built something from scratch. Whatever it is, you want to show them that even though I may not be in the same industry, maybe not in the same location, but I have the experience doing what you want me to be doing. Therefore, I'll get on the ground and hit it running. By doing that, you assure the hiring manager that they have a low chance of making a mistake if they hire you, so they become interested. Because honestly, one of the worst things a hiring manager can do is to think you're a great fit and you'll come and join the team and you can do nothing. That's just the West. That's not their job. Their job is to find talented people who will grow into the role, who will love the role, who will deliver. And you want to show them that you are that person. You have potential to do what they're looking for. Now that we know what we want to achieve with this world-class CV that will attract international roles, let's move to the don'ts. Don't put your picture, your edge, or your full address. It's just unnecessary. Don't complicate the layout. Keep it simple. Choose a font that is simple and straightforward. No need for colors, no need for tables, no need for diagrams, unless it's a requirement in your field. Keep it simple and straightforward. Don't share too much information. Keep it simple. Say what you do, how you think you're relevant in this role, and what you will bring in terms of your character, in terms of your expertise. Don't just pour previous job descriptions on there. If you have worked in 15 jobs, not all those 15 jobs need to show up on your CV. You have to choose which ones are relevant, which ones position you correctly. They might all be relevant, maybe, but nobody has time to go through your 15 jobs, your 10 jobs, your 7 jobs. So streamline. How can you position yourself best and remove the other roles? Don't go beyond 5 bullet points on each role that you have done in your work experience. You are trying to sell yourself. You're not trying to drown this person in information. That is never impressive. Have you ever met a person who was sharing information and they overshared, and in the end you were impressed by them? Usually, when a person overshares, you get pulled off, or you lose interest, or you drift away, and you don't want that for you. So streamline your experience, streamline your achievements. When you're sharing what you have done in a specific role, don't just share the job description. I managed people, I traveled around, I led a team, I did this. No, just choose 5 top things that you believe are speaking to the job you're applying for. They are relevant to the job you're applying for, and just keep it at that. So your CV is going to be short and it's going to be impactful. Don't ignore keywords. Keywords are those things that are essential for the role that you're applying to. For accounting, you can find words like analytics or detail or financial reports, taxation. Those are key things that would exist in the job description. So when you analyze that job description that you're seeking to get into, you'll notice 5 or 6 keywords. These are things that are essential for that role. Now, when you use keywords, what you do is you speak the language of the hiring manager. They just hear financial reporting and like, They hear taxation, indirect tax. They're like, that's what I'm looking for. So you want to incorporate those keywords in your job description. You want to incorporate those keywords in your achievements. You want to incorporate them in your skills. You want to incorporate them in the language of your CV. That way, you will be able to attract and grab the attention of this hiring manager. Don't overuse weak adjectives. Avoid overused phrases like team player, self-motivated. Those have been used over and over and they carry no power. They almost annoy the person reading it because they mean nothing. So don't use those cliches. Find other ways to express and describe yourself. Legitimate ways. What I do is to go into the dictionary and find synonyms for the words that I'm overusing. Words like deliver, provided, self-motivated, team player. Those are overused. But if you go into Google and find synonyms, you'll find really good options. Words like proficient, avid, they're not overused yet, I think. You can take those instead of saying self-motivated. Don't put unrelated awards, unrelated skills, unrelated recognitions, unrelated hobbies, things that are not adding anything. Yeah, I saw a CV that had like skills, like a lot of skills, over 15 listed skills. And these were just generic skills like time management, communication. It means nothing. You'd rather add technical skills that are essential for the role you're applying for. And for the rest of the skills that you want to showcase, I would suggest putting them in the achievements that you are writing under any job experience you've had. So you will say, communicated effectively in this way and that way. I led a team and we delivered on time in this specific project and achieved this result. That has more weight than you just listing different qualities that you believe are essential and add value. Really, there's no context, therefore there's no impact for the person who's reading the CV. Ultimately, you want to keep your CV simple, clear, and concise. You want to sell yourself quickly to the person who's going to see your CV. So keep it clean. Your professional summary should not be more than 5 sentences. You are just introducing yourself. Imagine an introduction where you go on and on and on about you. You're going to lose attention and your CV will not go anywhere. So keep your professional summary simple. Keep your job descriptions, which really should highlight your achievement, simple. Your education, simple. Don't explain what you did unless it's essential for the job you're applying for. Don't explain the research you did and the subjects you studied and everything. It doesn't add value. If you need any help with your CV, I do offer CV auditing services where I will review your CV, then I will make some changes and make recommendations in line with the goals that you have set so that your CV is speaking for you and selling you internationally. It won't matter whether you're looking for a local job or you're looking for jobs beyond your borders. Your CV should be consistently stellar and shine a light on who you are and the things that you're able to do. The unfortunate thing is that most people whose CVs undersell them are brilliant people. They would do well at these jobs and exceed expectations, but their CV doesn't explain that. And therefore they miss out on many opportunities. I see so many CVs and I'm like, oh my goodness, this person is underselling themselves. They won't get beyond this level of role. They can't break the international barrier presenting themselves this way. You really want to put your best foot forward by having a CV that markets you effectively. If you're looking for me to do your CV audit, there are links in the description that should direct you appropriately. But please, let's give God something to bless. I like to say that we should pray for our careers. We should seek God and believe God for great things. I like to say that we should work on our confidence, knowing who we are as children of God. But our CV has to also speak that same language. Our CVs have to sell us. Let's not just have powerful prayers, but weak CVs. There has to be a balance. You pray, you get inspiration, you get enablement, and then you go and write a CV that is fire. And when the person sees a CV, they're like impressed for the mistakes you have made. God is covering you there. And the person is like, I have to get this person. And when you get to that office, you deliver, you speak confidently, you do the right work. So we're not just praying and hoping for miracles. We're praying and the spirit of excellence is resting upon us, and we're going to do great things. From the CVs we write, to the interviews we do, to the kind of work we do, and the manner in which we do the work. There has to be excellence everywhere, to God's glory. Okay? All right. So I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, do like, share, and subscribe so that we can continue to grow this community of powerhouses that are dominating in their fields by faith and entering this international job market to achieve great things. My name is Mavis Tandizo Kanjata. I love to connect and hear from you. So please connect with me via social media. There are links in the description. I'm here every week with a new video. It might be live, it might be recorded, but do stick around and we'll grow and achieve great things together, right? I'll see you next week. Bye.